Hello and happy Friday. Today is Friday. Hopefully I get this uploaded today. Otherwise, it's Saturday. Okay, I'm gonna talk about something that is really popular, this role that a lot of people will take on. And I'm saying people generally. I also struggled with this back in my past, and I'll share a little bit about that. But if you or somebody you know is playing the victim role, there are certain signs. There are reasons why that person believes that they are victimized, believes that the world is happening to them and everything's happening to them, and they pity themselves. This victimization role usually stems from some sort of deep-seated anger, resentment, guilt, frustration, fear, something that is deep-seated in the individual. And it usually is something from childhood or from past experiences. But for whatever reason, this person has carried this around for fear of actually confronting it. They deny that it even exists. And this anger, frustration, denial, resentment has now shaped their thoughts, has shaped their actions, has shaped their words. And it's through these actions, these words, these thoughts that they push it off onto other people. They believe that other people are out to get them, so to speak. They distrust them. It leads to bad relationships. It creates this isolated environment where everything is happening to them. The world is happening to them. They go into this hole of self-pity and all of these things. And why me? And they start using words like should and fair and that's right or that's wrong. All of these things to try to justify how they're feeling. First of all, life ain't fair. So let's get that straightened right now. Honestly, I am 27 years old, and growing up, I used to hate when I would whine. I still remember this, mind you, and I hate it, but it's so true. My dad, I'd say things like, well, that's not fair. And he's like, yeah, well, life's not fair. Just like that. Like, it would drive me nuts because then he wouldn't do anything about it. He wouldn't get it for me. He wouldn't be on my side. Well, life is not fair. So you can either succumb to life's inevitable ups and downs, or you can sit in your pity hole and you can whine and cry and believe that everything happens to you and it's solely happening to you. The world's spinning and it's just dumping its shit on you. That's the victim. That is the essence of a victim. It is the most self-idolizing thing that you can do to pity yourself. Because if you pity yourself, you're basically saying that you're above this. Why is this happening to me? Victims, what they're looking for from people, what they feed off of is sympathy. They want sympathy. If you've had a really bad day, and I use quotes because it's probably not that bad, probably got stuck in traffic or your boss yelled at you, I don't know. And you look for sympathy. You call up your girlfriend on the way home and you're like, oh my God, I can't even believe this. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Your day sounds rough. That's gotta be so, why don't you just go home, grab a glass of wine, like you deserve it. What does deserve mean? Like, you don't deserve things. Victims believe that they are entitled to certain things. And when they don't have them, life's not fair. And they don't understand. They believe that life should be fair. They think the word should. I should have this. I should do this. I should do that. They've created these expectations in their mind, and when it doesn't happen to them, it's not happening. I should be getting this. And they can't get out of this mindset. It's like a hamster wheel. Like, everything's happening to me. I can't help it. I've tried. These victims have a pattern in the way that they act. So these victims complain about the same thing over and over and over again. In the example of health and fitness, they say, oh my God, I need to lose weight. I'm so tired of looking like this. None of my clothes fit and I can't handle it. They complain and they complain and they complain, but they don't put any action behind there. They do absolutely nothing. In fact, what they end up doing is, okay, this week, it's gonna be a good week. I'm gonna have a great week. Here we go. All right. They get all prepped, they get ready to go. They maybe go a day or two, and then guess what? Life happens. And they go right back into their victim mentality. Can you believe that my boss made me stay late today? But that's why I missed workout. You know what? I had a really, really emotional day at work. I mean, God, it was just so much stress. I just need to unwind. I'm not gonna go to the gym today. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna have that glass of wine. Today has been such a really tough day. I'm not gonna cook today. There's a fast food restaurant right there. The amount of excuses is insane. All of those things are excuses. Life is inevitable. It's gonna happen. Saying, oh, I'm gonna skip this. I'm not gonna eat healthy. I'm not gonna go to the gym. That's an excuse. Okay? There are reasons, why your day maybe didn't go how you had it written out on your piece of paper. But those are excuses. Every single one of those is an excuse. The amount of excuses that we make, you're justifying it. And if you keep saying it over and over in your head, yeah, you deserved it. It's good. It'll be fine. You believe your own bullshit eventually. You call up your friend because you need some justification from her. Yeah, I had a really rough day. So you know what? I think I'm just gonna run through the Sonic because I just don't feel like cooking, I just need to relax and unwind. That is an excuse. And you're trying to justify it in your brain. Where there's a will, there's a way. There's a difference between actual events that cause you to not be able to get certain places. Yes, life's inevitable. There's gonna be times where you can't go, you can't get your workout in, or maybe you weren't able to meal prep on this Sunday or something. But to that, I'd probably say, okay, well, plan differently, plan ahead, do it earlier, something like that. Where there's a will, there's a way. I guarantee you 98.6% of the things that you think are keeping you from your goals because of scheduling events, you have other people that you have to take care of in your life because jobs demanding, blah, blah, blah. Those are all excuses. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I know that sounds super, super cliche, but in every up and down, every instance of life, you have to adapt. You have to change your routine if you want to continue to make your goals, despite the change in your schedule, the fluctuations in your schedule. And that's exactly how you challenge this victim mentality. You have to start taking action. If you don't take action, you sit there and you wallow in your own thoughts, in your own self-idolizing way. The way to attack the victim persona, the voice in your head that makes you believe that you deserve things or justifies why you're not at your goals yet, you have to start taking action. So for example, if you know that your day is going to be inevitably longer than you had anticipated because it's happened 60,000 times before, plan ahead for it. I'm gonna get in a workout in the morning. That's the best way, honestly guys, that is the best way to account for the inevitableness that is your evenings, that is your work. It's a really busy morning for me. I have to run out the door really fast. I have no time to grab something for breakfast. Two things you can do there, and they both involve action. You can set your alarm 10 minutes earlier so you can prep your meals. Or two, you can prep your meals that night, stick them in the refrigerator in a lunch pail, and grab them as you run out the door. If you inevitably miss your evening workout because of extracurricular events after work, staying late at work, this, that, the other thing, try waking up in the morning. Try changing your routine around so that you get in bed a little bit earlier so you can hit the gym. If that's not an option because you got kids and rugrats running around that you gotta get ready for school, then try doing a workout in the middle of your workday. Book yourself in a meeting, go for a walk, grab your gym shoes and run down. You can do this. You can make your schedule work for you. By just throwing up your hands and saying, I've tried everything and it's not working, that's just basically holding up the white flag. Nope, I quit. I'm just gonna be miserable and I'm gonna project that all into all of my friends for the rest of ever because that's just how I've succumbed to this. And that's fine, that's totally you, but you wanna push away people in the process because at some point, if you're not already tired of your own bullshit, I'm sure your friends are. I'm sure your friends and family are tired of it. Start changing your actions. That's the best way to combat this victim mentality. So a couple things that you can do to combat this victim mentality, to catch yourself when you start to feel, why me, pity me? Is it something that you can control? Are you contributing to the problem somehow? Is there some way that you can make this scenario better? By saying, my boss sucks, well, I'm sorry, you can't change other people. So what can you do to change this? You can't just say, my day's gonna be shit because I hate my boss. There you go, then yes, you're right. If you say it's gonna be shit, your day's gonna be shit. What can you do specifically so that your day isn't shit? So you don't walk into work at 7 o'clock in the morning and already you had a shitty day because you have a boss that you hate. Change your thinking, change what you do. Maybe the time you have to go into a meeting with this boss that you don't like, you schedule yourself into a meeting to go for a walk, to clear your head, to prepare yourself, or take your meeting after whatever meeting you have with your boss. Learn to breathe. Sit at your desk and practice breathing exercises. Take time for yourself. Stick some headphones in. Listen to a podcast. Whatever it is, there could be things that you can do that's not, well, I can't change him, so this just sucks. No! Another thing that you can do to combat this victim mentality is to start recognizing the small changes in progress. I think a lot of the times as humans, we want that instant gratification. We want everything to be perfect right now, and when it isn't, it's just not working. But progress takes time. So allow yourself to celebrate these little victories along the way. No, if your goal is to lose 30 pounds, it's not possible to lose it in 5 days. But maybe you've dropped a little bit, maybe you dropped half a pound in 5 days. Celebrate that. Use that as fuel to keep going. Instead of looking at it as, oh, I've got 29 and a half more pounds to go, look at it as like, damn, I lost half a pound. And celebrate these things. Use it as fuel. Changing your lifestyle is not easy, and it's not gonna happen overnight. You can't allow people and circumstances and events to dictate your life. You have to take an active role in your life. Get into the driver's seat and buckle that shit up, because you're in for a long ass ride. And I don't sit here preaching that I'm better than everybody by saying this stuff. That's not my intention. I went through this so deep when I was in the thick of my eating disorder. I felt that the world owed me something, that they should pity me. I was distrusting of my parents, of people that were trying to help me, because I just thought, they just want me to eat fat. They just want me to eat all the things. I lived in this pity world where I just wanted sympathy. I just wanted somebody to say, it's okay, you don't have to eat food. Why? That's what an eating disorder is. It's a mental disease because you need some sort of control in your life. And so I chose to control my eating or lack thereof. I needed that control. And the best way to get myself out of there is to start talking to myself, looking at myself in the mirror, kind of like I'm looking at myself in the camera right now. Get your shit together, Kristen. Do you want to live like this? What are you waiting for? Somebody to come save you? All of a sudden somebody to give you the keys to what you magically want? Because they haven't given it to you yet. So what do you think? What are you waiting for? Looking back, I think I was waiting for somebody to just pull me out of this feeling. I actually had all of the tools. I had the tools to pull myself out. I just had to take action. I had to push myself forward. Hitting yourself for so long keeps you sick. Playing the victim keeps you sick. You have to learn to get out, and the way to do that is to start taking action. Challenge those thoughts. This goes for any sort of addiction. It goes for any sort of complacency, laziness, any sort of lack of progress in your life, any sort of unhappiness. Challenge yourself, push yourself forward, take action. Because if you're sitting there telling yourself and everybody around you that you've tried everything, you're lying, because you have not tried everything. So stop looking for sympathy in people and start taking control of your own actions. Push forward, small steps. Totally human to react to certain things that upset us, that cause some sort of an emotional response. And I understand that. It happens to me all the time. And once you have exercised this muscle of taking action, it gets easier. And I say it sometimes, you might have heard me, if you follow me before, go ahead and take 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's all you get. You get 5 minutes of your pity party, and then you gotta put your big girl pants on or big boy pants on, and you gotta handle the situation through action. Implement the action and get it done. The reason why we don't see progress is because something inside of us is holding us back. It's not circumstances, it's not other people, it's not events, it's not resources, it's none of that. It's our own selves. So we have to dig deep and learn how to pull ourselves out. Every single one of you is stronger than whatever voice in your head is leading you to believe that you can't reach your goals. You're stronger than that. Challenge that voice. Take a step. Move forward. Tiny little steps, and celebrate those victories, guys. Celebrate them, because that's what this journey is. It's not about the end goal. It's not about reaching the finish line, because that finish line could change. It could literally change. It's about loving the journey. So celebrate these little steps along the way. That's my message. That's where I wanted to go. I got a little heated. I appreciate you guys' comments also on the last video. It seemed like that was really helpful. Even though I'm not a doctor, I just try to speak in layman's terms so that a lot of people can understand what is going on generally. And I got a lot of really good feedback. I got a lot of good questions. I got some people reaching out to me, and I really do appreciate the engagement and the continued support. And I hope something like this was helpful, because a huge part, if not the biggest part of your journey and your transformation, is your mental transformation. Being a training coach, talking about nutrition, the bigger piece is mindset. You have to dig deep inside of yourselves. Thank you guys for listening, and I will catch you in the next one.